This video is an introduction to RStudio, getting started. I will cover installation of RStudio as well as Big 00 Start Here. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Blackboard page and under announcements, or go to your email. I had emailed you this, and under the second entry, RStudio, there's a link to go to rstudio.cloud project 2862804, which is the project for this semester's stats class. So you're going to click on this link and it's going to take you to RStudio. Once in RStudio, you're going to either log in if you already have an account, or you're going to sign up if you don't have an account. So I'm just going to sign up. So now I'm in RStudio, and you'll see here temporary copy. But before we do anything, verify that you're in the correct project. So here's 2862804, and this is your workspace, and this should say Math 1110 Spring 22. Now you can continue to work in this area and not save anything, but you're going to have to then go through the download every time that you go here. I would suggest saving a permanent copy into your workspace. Now, if I click on my workspace here, it says that I have this project, Math 1110. And that's where you're going to want to come to do your RStudio workbooks. So let's enter that. And you'll see here this left screen is the console. Up here in this top right is the environment, and down here is some other information about files and packages. I don't need this bottom. I'm going to click this minimize button here. I also really don't need to have such a big terminal, so I'm going to either make it smaller, or I can enter a code that will show only my workbook. So I'm going to do that to make it easier to read. So here on the console, I'm going to type learner, L-E-A-R-N-R, run _ tutorial. And then in here in quotation marks, I'm going to put the notebook name. I'm going to change this here in a minute. But then comma, package equals, quote, applied stats interactive, quote, and then close the parenthesis. So you might want to save this somewhere so you don't have to keep typing it. But the first notebook we're going to look at is this notebook here. It's 00 Start Here. That's the name of the notebook. So I'm going to type in here in between these quotes 00 _ start with a capital S, no space here. And I'm going to just hit enter. This is going to open up the first notebook. And so it's going to sort of get rid of all of the other noise in the background. So here's topic 0, Start Here, with a welcome. So this is a series of workbooks appropriate for use with any introductory level applied stats. And I'll hit continue. So a very limited mathematics background is assumed. In fact, you can answer the following 2 questions. If you can, you have all the math necessary for the background. So could you solve this? Find z if z equals 54 minus 50 divided by 8 divided by the square root of 16. Or could you find x if 2 equals x minus 50 divided by 8 divided by the square root of 16? So I'm gonna just copy and just make sure that you can do these. So if we know that z is 54 minus 50, well, 54 minus 50 is 4, divided by 8 divided by the square root of 16 is also 4. So this is 4 divided by 8 divided by 4 is 2. So in this case, z is 2. In this case, we've got 2 equals x minus 50. Divided by 8 divided by the square root of 16, which is 8 divided by 4. So this case, we have x minus 50 divided by 2. So I want to get the x by itself. So if I have that 2 equals x minus 50 over 2, if I multiply both sides by 2, this 2 and 2 become, we're just multiplying by 1, so we get that 4 equals x minus 50. Then if I add 50 to both sides, I get that 54 is x. So that's the extent of the math that you'll be needing to do throughout this course. Alright, so each workbook introduces statistics, content, and allows you to interact with the embedded R code blocks. So, for all but the workbooks that are designated as labs, you can complete all of the tasks without using R. So it's typically possible to enter only the answers in the code blocks. So you'll be able to do everything within these workbooks. So if you've gotten to this point and you've found the workbooks, you're well on your way. These workbooks are an adapted version from my course notes for introductory statistics that I've been teaching in a non-asynchronous format, but I'm using them for you all as well. So if you have any questions or you wish to report any errors in these workbooks, please send me an email, and my email is a.hyson@mville.edu. And these workbooks are also publicly available on GitHub. If you want to run them outside of RStudio, you would let me know. So once you've installed this package, which we are using as a cloud-based version, you're going to be able to run the tutorials by accessing them through the tutorials pane, and I'll go back to that, and you'll be able to see that's where we came from. So what do you need to know before using the tutorials? These are free. They're currently in a usable format. In addition, you can install R onto your computer if you don't want to use the cloud. I'm going to be updating this because we are going to be housing RStudio on our server at Manhattanville fairly soon. So I will be updating this information. And that's it. So I hope that you enjoy your statistics journey, and this is the end of the introduction.